In this video, we're going to look at how we take measurements of stars. Stars are very distant objects. It would be an enormous distance to cover in meters or even in kilometers. We need to define a new way to represent that distance to stars and other galaxies. One of those ways is what we call an astronomical unit. An astronomical unit is the mean distance between the Earth and the Sun. It's about equal to 93 million miles or 1.5 times 10 to the 8 kilometers. Many stars can be over 100 million astronomical units away. We need to find a way to look at even more distant objects. For instance, objects that are way more than a million astronomical units. And we do that with what we call a parsec. A parsec is equivalent to 206,265 astronomical units. It's also equivalent to 3.26 light years. So a light year is the distance that light travels in 1 year. And remember that the speed of light is about 3 times 10 to the 8 meters per second. Parallax is the apparent shift of the background while viewing an object from two different locations. We can measure this parallax by taking a photograph of a star 6 months apart. So if we take a picture and then 6 months later we take another picture, we can find the position of that star by taking half of the total change in position. This is called the stellar parallax. Go. Okay, so this is half of the total change in position. Once we know the stellar parallax, we can determine the distance to the star. The distance to the star can be found by using a small angle formula. This gives us the following equation for the distance to the star in astronomical units, which is 206,265 divided by the parallax in seconds of arc. If the parallax is 1 second of arc, this gives a distance of 206,265 astronomical units. This is a very large number, as you can see. We can also define the distance to the star by 1 second of arc, and that would be the 1 parsec. So 1 parsec is when we have 1 second of arc as our angle of parallax. And there you go. 1 parsec is equal to 206,265 astronomical units. And that's when we have 1 second of arc as the parallax angle. Okay, then we can express the distance in terms of 1 over the parallax, where 1 is 1 parsec. Okay, there is an animation here that shows how parallax is measured. I'm going to go ahead and find a video for you on YouTube or maybe something else that's available that will help you to understand parallax.